developments. We are shifting focus to more news coming in. US President Donald Trump has now stated that Israel's war in Gaza is harming its global reputation. This comes even as it makes military gains. In a recent interview, Trump has urged Israel to end the conflict quickly, warning that it is losing the battle for public support worldwide. He has noted a drop in US congressional support coupled with mounting global criticism. We've recently seen British Foreign Secretary David Lammy condemning the humanitarian crisis in Gaza as a man-made famine and calling for an immediate ceasefire. With several Western nations considering recognizing Palestinian statehood, global pressure is mounting on Israel to resolve the crisis swiftly. We've recently seen statements being put forth by Belgium as well as France. They've said that they will be supporting a Palestinian state in the UNGA session that is going to take place later this month. Australia has also pledged to recognize Palestine. Meanwhile, joining us on the broadcast is Ali Mohammed Abushbak. He's an independent Palestinian researcher from Cairo in Egypt. Thank you for taking our time speaking to us on NewsX World. Interesting statements by Donald Trump. We do know that the death toll in Gaza has exceeded 63,000 even as we are speaking. The bombardment of the people continues over there. Meanwhile, Trump has stated that this war is harming Israel's global reputation. Do you think he's then just reducing the number of people who've lost their lives to a mere statistic, just stating that it is negatively impacting Israel's PR?
Thank you, Pia, for having me. That thinks this number 36,000, according to Palestinian Health Ministry. It's not the exact number because there is a more than 10,000 Palestinians have missed during the bombardment, the continuous bombardment. The number of casualties, it's huger than these things, but it's a good news that Donald Trump, he changed his perspective with giving Israel green light to aggress and to invaded Gaza city and invaded the controlling whole Gaza Strip and reoccupy it. So this is the change in perspective. But for me, I'm not optimist about this kind of statement because during the crisis of famine and starvation in Gaza, also Donald Trump, he request his close friend Benjamin Netanyahu to end the situation and to end this kind of policy because the international community start lambasting Benjamin Netanyahu's behavior and his right-wing government, the coalition. So among of this atmosphere, there is a change in front of the international community, especially in Western media and Western actor, Western also politician. They change their perspective and they are going to recognize the Palestinian statehood. Yesterday, we have seen the statement of the foreign minister of UK, and he's confirming that they are going to recognize the Palestinian statehood due to the Israeli doesn't listen to their request or their demand. So we are here in good atmosphere. We are here about the recognition of Palestinian statehood, one of the strongest politician and a diplomacy tool to resist the Israelis' occupation and to resist the Israelis' plan about destroy the Palestinian dream with regard to the statehood, establishing their statehood. But also, Donald Trump, I guess he's trying to manipulating the international community and manipulating the perspective about his stand with Israel. So this is things continuously. Donald Trump, before he's housing the White House, he confirmed when he will be the president in the beginning of in the beginning of January this year. He said, I will reach to some ceasefire between Gaza and Israel, and I will end the war between Gaza and Israel. But up to now, we are in 9 months. So there is no any kind of a glimmer of hope to end the war between Gaza and Israel. Egypt and Qatar, they are they voted also a proposal for or the plan for a ceasefire deal between Hamas and Israel. Up to now, yesterday also, Egypt media, deeply criticizing the Benjamin Netanyahu's government and his coalition silence without any response for their proposal to accept the ceasefire between Gaza and Israel. On the ground, the only people and civilians, the casualties from Gaza and also from the Israelis community, because is this Israel invaded Gaza, there is obviously from the militant casualties from the Israeli side. So the situation is terrible. Yesterday night, it was one of the heaviest night for the Palestinian who's living in north part of Gaza. People are concentrated in one area. You can't imagine. We have seen a several of footage and videos and picture about how the much people are concentrated in one area above each other. There is no one single space to put your leg in that area. They have no other choice. They are shelterless and always continuously Israel bombardment, killing civilians as well, targeting civilians. That international community frustrated of the Israelis' violation of human rights and the global conventions, especially about with regard to civilians and citizens, as well as about the journalists. We have seen several of more than 200 journalists have been killed, and today there is a campaign against the Israelis' assassination and targeting deliberately the journalists on the ground without any reasons and without any warning for them, bombarding the civilians and killing them on live stream. That's make the mood and the perspective of the international community change and transform from supporting Israel to realize that the aggressive and the brutal face of this war on the ground. On the ground, people they have no hope. They have nothing. They are. I confirm you, Pia. I called several of civilians, and if you will see the statement of the civilians in the media interview, they are saying we hope that Israel will bomb us with a nuclear weapon to kill each other. We don't want to feel sad on our beloved or our loved one. You can't imagine people are wishing death, wishing to kill in a state of pain. It's it's something you can't imagine the pain. You can't imagine the displacement pain. My family in Gaza, now I'm in tension because they are going to displace from our area to south part of Gaza. Continuously following the news without any part of mind. When people are talking to me, I can't concentrate what they are trying to say. This is keep the Palestinian continuously. There is no place for the people who's in North Gaza to change or to move to south part of Gaza. There is no place. There is no shelter. Even if you are going to displace from north to south, there is no guarantee for your safety. There is no a safe place, Pia. It's terrible. Yes.
Indeed, I'd like to thank you for taking out time speaking to us. Even as the Gazans continue to suffer, how much weight does Trump's statement really hold? Because there are reports now circulating that the Trump administration has drawn up a 38-page document, a post-war redevelopment plan to change Gaza and create a Riviera by quote-unquote voluntarily displacing millions. Whether he will push forth for it or not, that remains to be seen. Mr. Bushbuck, I'd like to thank you once again for speaking to us on NewsX World.